Welcome back, folks. It's 7:07 and it's time for our business breakfast segment. German-based company Flexkom International is launching the first m-commerce company in this region, and the manager of Flexkom Europe, Mr. Ian Driscoll, he joins us in the studio this morning. Welcome to Morning Edition and welcome to Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me, you're launching this particular m-commerce company. Now, before we get into what the company is all about, could you explain to the audience what is m-commerce?
Absolutely, yes. It's a follow-on. Back in 1994, when the internet was created by Tim Berners-Lee, that sort of began the e-commerce boom, which has just grown and grown and grown since 94 globally. Retail sales have tended to go down and online sales have tended to go up. In fact, in Europe, this last Christmas, about 50% of Christmas presents were bought online.
Right. So effectively, the online retailer certainly has the upper hand in terms of the growth trend.
That's absolutely right, yes.
So then what is m-commerce?
Yeah, so it's a natural progression. I mean, the mobile phone is now 40 years old from the first phone call, 40 years old. And then a company came along called Apple with the new touch screen, and that was a game changer completely. The industry changed dramatically. Some of the predominant companies actually got sidelined because this was the start of m-commerce. So there are more people actually got mobile phones than have computers, of course, when you look around the world. Now with 4G, with higher internet speeds, yeah, people don't need to have the PCs like they used to have. In fact, there was a news report the other day in Europe that PC sales are down by 11%. And again, part of that is definitely the smartphones. Everybody wants to be in touch with you on your smartphone.
So smartphones and tablets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that is m-commerce, mobile commerce. So people, as they're traveling around, they don't need to carry a bulky computer. They can just have one of these and do all the things they could do. So it's m-commerce, mobile commerce. And this is the very cutting edge. This is the start of a new industry.
How does this help in terms of, apart from the typical retailer, how does this help enhance the speed at which business transactions are done?
Well, what Flexkom are looking to do, Flexkom International, is to actually help the sort of SME market. The big companies have obviously been predominant, predatory, shall we say. In the, going back into the 60s, we used to go around the baker for your bread, the butcher for your meat. And then, of course, in the 80s, along came the supermarkets, so that was a threat. Then we have the mega malls, and then we have e-commerce, of course. And e-commerce is becoming very dominant. But it leaves a lot of the SMEs kind of out in the cold. It's okay getting a website, but who goes to your website?
Right.
So a lot of people have paid a lot of money without good results. Advertising is a very difficult beast.
Right.
So what Flexkom have done is look to provide the SME market with both an m-commerce advertising platform. So you can link up directly with your customer, and that of course is in the form of apps, the applications.
Right.
In 3 months there's been 1 billion applications downloaded.
And that's both on the iOS platform and the Android platform.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So the SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises,
yes,
how can they utilize m-commerce to their advantage?
Yeah. Well, as you know, most of the major companies, supermarkets, petrol stations, have got their loyalty systems, the points or whatever. Yeah. But it's usually dedicated to just that one company. In the UK, we have Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Lidl. They've all got their own reward systems to try and keep people coming back to them, the added incentive. And of late, the smaller shops, certainly in the UK and around Europe, have been, printing little cards, buy 7 coffees, get 1 free.
Right.
Yeah? It's just a little bit of an added incentive.
Right.
Well, Flexkom have come along with a completely digitized system. So we see that, cutting trees down around the world without a good purpose is not the best thing to do. So we've got a low carbon footprint. We're a digital company, if you will, as much as possible. So we're allowing the shops to get a Flexkom terminal or a POS. You can sit there by the payment machines and so on. And when a customer comes in, the shop can offer them a cashback system. You know, if the meal, say they go to a restaurant and the meal is say £100, yeah, the restaurant could offer them a 5 or 10% cashback.
Right.
Yeah? All the shop then does is takes the customer's name, email address and phone number and registers them in the Flexkom system. This is a Flexkom loyalty card.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the shop that has the customer already. Yeah. Normally the customer only ever makes any revenue when the customer goes to the shop. If it's a restaurant, every 6 weeks or so. Yeah. So here, all the company does is they register the customer, and then with the terminal, just get the card and they go beep, and the cashback is already on the card.
Right.
It's called near field communication.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can use that card to redeem my points.
Your cash.
My cash.
Yes.
At a later date.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
So we're looking to implement the Flexkom system through Trinidad. Because of a strange situation, if you will, Trinidad has been put at the forefront of all of this because Trinidad will be launched before the United States.
Okay. So at the end of the day, it's an important incentive card, really.
Yes.
For small and medium-sized enterprises to utilize.
Yes.
To enhance customer loyalty.
Yeah.
And
plus they're building a customer base as well, a database, which most companies unfortunately don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other forms of information would be collected by this system that the small and medium-sized enterprise can utilize to better develop strategies?
Well, they've already collected the most important things, the email address and the mobile phone number.
Right.
Yes. Everybody's after the phone numbers because of m-commerce. It's the start of the industry. Now, over in the UK, we've got enough rubbish coming through the letterbox. You've got a lot of junk coming through the inbox, and it's now starting on the phones. PPI companies, claims companies are already hitting us with messages, you're entitled to money back, and but the government are actually going to clamp down on that very strongly because again it's unsolicited spam.
Right.
Yeah. So with the Flexkom system, once the shop or retail business registers the customer gets an email, they click the link, get your cash back here. Yeah. They then simply select the things they're interested in. I like eating out, I like vegetarian food, I like Nike, whatever it is they like. So it's an opt-in system.
Right. So then I take my card, which has my incentives
Yes.
already placed on the card,
Yeah.
and I can go to any participating store, and I can use the points on that card
Correct.
to reduce my purchase price at those other stores.
Correct. So what we're looking to do is umbrella all the local businesses so that they're all generating revenue, yeah, from the same customers going into those shops. So for example, if you went to the restaurant, you have your nice meal, you get your cash back, beep, or an application. It's not just, there's 3 generations. Yeah, and the older generation, that's really what the cards are for. The younger generation, it's all about the phones, it's the apps.
So explain the business model to me. How does Flexkom then earn revenue from creating this cooperative system amongst retailers and particularly small and medium-sized enterprises?
Yeah, well, when the retailers take the Flexkom system on, unlike other companies that rent equipment out to them and so on, it's very simply that a portion of whatever the shop or retail business offers the customer, that percentage also comes into the Flexkom system.
Right.
So the brilliance is that there is no cost to any shop or retailer until they've had a sale, so they've already made profit.
Right.
Yes, which is quite unusual. So if a shop only made 1 sale in a month, it's still made profit by having the Flexkom system. So as you quite rightly said, then once you've got your cash back onto your card or your app on the phone, say it's £100 at the restaurant, you get a £10 cash back. Then with the hairdresser participating in the system, you can go beep, and you pay for your haircut.
Right. Minus my $10, yeah?
Yeah. Well, if it covers the cost, it's covered.
Yeah,
or you can partly pay, yes.
I don't think I'll ever get another $10 haircut in Trinidad and Tobago, but yeah, it'll reduce my hairdressing costs.
Yes, that's right. Plus, of course, Flexkom has a whole online world as well. There's Flex Shop, Flex Hotels, Flex Travel.
Yeah.
Whereby, if say the restaurant's customer then decided they wanted to fly to Europe, They can then price compare online, either using the mobile or the computer.
So how widely adopted has this system been in other parts of the world?
Yep, the company started in 2010. The owner and president of Flexkom International is called Cengiz İlyas. Cengiz is originally Turkish origin, but he's lived in Germany for most of his life, his business career. Very successful man. He's had this idea for sort of 10 years now as a visionary, but the technology didn't enable it. So now, after huge investment in the technology, they used Turkey as a test market. They obviously, like all companies, had issues, hardware problems, software problems. I think other companies still have them that's been around for a long, long time. So having got that then all put to bed, they've got all that sorted out. And in Turkey, currently they've got 4 million customers with the cards in the test market.
Right. And the system, the infrastructure on which the system relies has held up well.
Yes. Yep. Very robust, yes.
So you're launching in Trinidad and Tobago. Are you also launching in other parts of the Caribbean?
Not currently, which is the good news. The initial plan is simply that, being a German-based company, they were going to just launch the mainland Europe, in other words. I heard about Flexkom through a colleague on the continent. They were having an event in Antalya in Turkey last November. I attended the event. I went round all the shops and talked to the shop owners, the customers, and the franchise partners that were making the shops aware of the system. So it's still in a growth curve. So mainly down southern Turkey, Fethiye, Denizli, Mugla, that's where predominantly the Flexkom system is. Yeah. So all the shops are actually enjoying good benefits from this. Some shops have even doubled the customer base, increased sales, helped the local economies. So instead of the shops, gradually closing down, they're being revitalized. And it is because, as I said, you could go to one shop and get the cash back. The shop chooses what that is. Nobody's telling them what they have to do.
Right.
Go to another shop and get, again, another cash back and or pay for the product.
Now, based on the fact that the intention here is to make this global in scope, is it that people can subscribe to this Flexkom service, and regardless of the country in which they are, they can actually benefit from the points or cash back that they would have earned?
Correct. That's correct. Sorry, I didn't fully answer your previous question, sorry. So the plan was to launch 10 countries in Europe, and the UK was not planned in that launch. But when myself and a few of my friends went to Turkey, they could see the potential. I'm a business owner myself. I've run a garage business in Skipton, Yorkshire, lovely part of the world there. So I know the rigours of running your own business, shall we say. And I've also done referral marketing for a good number of years, 25 years. So when I saw the Flexkom business model, the vision just got me, because unusually, it's a win-win situation. So we then decided that Flexkom would open the UK market, and then through Skype and things like that, word spreads, and my friend Margaret got to know Anderson Goddard. Anderson really again saw the vision. He's passionate about helping Trinidad and Tobago, and he really saw it. He took hold of it and started to run. So he's been working with Flexkom International along with ourselves. So phase one is simply making people aware and kind of building a force of people to go into a country.
Right.
Yeah, because if you went in one at a time, it's not going to work. So we need to do a certain amount of business first, get a certain amount of shops on board. So phase one is simply building our teams. Phase two, which will start on the 25th at the Signature Hall, that's the start of phase two. And that is the launch of the Flex Call app. Now within the Flex Call app, again, it's some very, very cheap telephony from mobile phones around the world. There's hotels, travel, etc. So within that app, that is phase two. Then we will go to the shops, because we'll then have a good amount of customers already using the system, looking for shops to be able to get cash back from. Yeah?
Excellent.
So that's the business plan. So again, by accident, because Anderson Goddard was serious about this, we embraced that. This is the start of the Caribbean. Again, America can be all a part of your business. If I give you one little example, on the top of a mountain in Austria is a little shop. There's a big stair lift. It's the highest stair lift in Austria, to this lonely little shop on the top of the mountain. So So that shop has embraced the Flexkom system. So the tourists that go at the top of the mountain, when they make a purchase as a souvenir, yeah, the shop says, would you like a little discount, a cashback with that? Fantastic. Turns them into a Flexkom customer. So that little shop on the top of a mountain now generates global income from its customers then going into the world, seeing Flexkom, buying online or whatever. Yeah? So it's an income stream that Trinidad can have coming in from all over the world, just like that little shop.
Right. Now, essentially then, it also encourages online purchasing, because I can use my Flexkom points and my cashback incentives to purchase goods and services online.
That's correct.
Right. So anyone, any small and medium-sized enterprise that has an online presence can in fact increase their sales by offering the Flexkom arrangement.
Yeah, application or card, yeah. Plus the other thing is, you know, for the businesses that missed out on e-commerce, yeah, because, you know, again, it's confusing to a lot of people. They can forget e-commerce, come straight into m-commerce. Flexkom's got the whole system set up. They get a back office. They can upload the products into the Flexkom back office, so they don't even need a website. Yeah, and then there will be a search engine. So if somebody's going to come to Trinidad, for example, from Europe, they can type in the back office. You know, where's the restaurants in Trinidad with the Flexkom system?
Right.
So it can find the shops.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you said that you had some initial conversations with interested participants in the Flexkom system, and you had those conversations quite recently. And this is what you're doing prior to the 25th August launch.
Yes.
Who are some of the interested parties in this Flexkom system from the Trinidad and Tobago perspective?
Well, again, we had a meeting yesterday. There must have been about 400 people there, something like that, who kind of do see the premise of this. So for individuals that want to promote the system, of course, there's a benefit to the partners. Yeah, I mean, the model, there is no model like this. It takes little bits of other industries, it takes a bit of the franchise industry, it takes a bit of the direct sales industry, yeah, the fact that businesses talk together, yeah, yeah, and so it's all embraced with m-commerce. So Harvard Business School talks about red ocean, blue ocean business strategies. Yeah? And the red ocean is the ocean where all the businesses are and they're all fighting for all the same customers. Yeah? Blue ocean is where there is no opposition. So because this is the very start of m-commerce, we're in a blue ocean area now. So whilst it's fabulous to talk about the cashback side of things and the loyalty side of things, the most important thing in the Flexkom system is that it gives the SMEs a marketing platform, direct business to customer. Yeah? So as an example, let's say that a restaurant's quiet night is a Tuesday night. Yeah? What can they do about it? Well, they can do flyers or newspaper ads and that type of thing. Yeah? With the Flexkom system, yeah, they can go into the back office, they can type in half-price curries on a Tuesday, push one button, every one of their carded customers or the app customers gets that message because they said they wanted it. Yes? So the shops can then control the customers a little bit better, build a relationship with them, yeah, with special offers, discounts, whatever it is that the shop chooses.
But this Flexkom system will in fact be collecting a lot of personal data.
Correct.
About an individual's transactions.
Yes and no, yes. What they bought, yes.
Yeah, essentially. And of course, not just what they bought, but probably where they bought it.
Yes, yes, yes, yeah.
Now, how do you protect that personal data?
Well, Flexkom itself in Germany, they've actually got 7 secure mirrored servers around the world because we know that there is a lot of data. And of course, Flexkom are fully integrated with data protection in Germany. It's one of our very big things, yeah? That has to be right. So they've gone to every extreme to make certain that data is secure, yes. But that's a very good point.
Because I think it will be a major concern for individuals who use the system extensively and benefit from a lot of the discounts that they earn over time.
Yes.
But then they would want to ensure that at the end of the day, that their transactions and their travels and so on are not.
You see, the thing is, with the system, there is no bank details, no card details, no PIN numbers. When people use the conventional payment systems, Visa, MasterCard, and so on, yeah, all that data is transferred to the server.
Yes.
Flexkom have actually, with our system, again, there's no banking details or anything like that. There's the card number and the phone number, that's it, so there's no security. But what Flexkom have built in here, I mean, the internet was actually set up slightly wrong, yeah? So that if you send one signal to the data server and one signal comes back, which is what all the transactions do, if it's hacked, all of the data is there, all of it. With the Flexkom system, when you make a purchase, yeah, the shop just types it into the terminal, the signal goes to the server, and it sends back a QR code, which we haven't touched on, but that's critical. Yeah? So the customer then reads the QR code, a second signal goes to the data server. So unless there is two signals to the server, no transaction even takes place. So the European Parliament have actually taken that on board, that our system we've created, because the internet's wrong, is more secure than any other system.
So you're saying that the actual hardware and software infrastructure that Flexkom has developed to facilitate these transactions, that is a lot more secure than the typical credit card type transactions that take place?
That's correct. Yep, that's absolutely correct.
So it's going to be Sunday, 25th August, 2013, at Signature Hall.
Correct.
That's Montrose, Chaguanas.
Yes.
And you're going to have your official launch of Flexkom
Phase 2. Yeah, Phase 2, that's right.
Phase 2. Yeah. And so who should attend this particular event?
Any person that's business orientated, has a business, would like to, you know, help generate better revenues for the families. Because again, it does give you a residual income. It's, you know, ongoing to your children, your children's children. It's a willable asset that you create. So it's business-minded people. Yeah. So,
and there's no subscription fee to be paid by the business. This is purely a share of the profits being generated. That's how you participate.
Yeah, the shop itself will have the initial purchase of the machine. It'll get apps or cards, depending which it wants.
Yes.
And then there is no subscription ongoing, no.
Right. So this initial purchase fee amounts to what?
I think it's going to be around $350.
350
US dollars.
US dollars.
Yes.
Oh, I just want to be clear.
Absolutely, yeah.
350 US dollars, and that will afford you the equipment and the necessary infrastructure,
the whole system, that's
to introduce the system.
But as I said, the most powerful thing is actually the promotion system, because once the customers are registered, they're loyal to that particular business. There's a phrase we use in Yorkshire, it's called first up, best dressed.
Right.
People may not understand that, but if you have a large family and you're last up, there's no clothes.
Right. So I suppose it's first come, first served.
Yeah, because this is a limited opportunity, to be honest. Yeah.
So customers walk into a store that's a participating store in the Flexkom system, and they can sign you up to become
a loyalty customer.
A loyalty customer using these Flexkom cards.
Yep.
Okay, so that's how it works. And of course, the whole idea is that by becoming a Flexkom customer, you will in fact gain so much more from your interactions with all the various businesses.
Yeah, in the UK, the benefit to the customer is they can potentially save between £500 and £1,000 a year by using the Flexkom system. We're still early stages, bear in mind, you know, we're just going into global launch, shall we say. As I said, Trinidad's got a huge advantage now because of what we've already done here. And the States are behind Trinidad. So if your businesses have business contacts and colleagues over in the States, you'll be leading the way, generating revenue coming into Trinidad. Yeah?
But these incentive schemes, these incentive programs, they tend to follow a similar line like companies like Groupon, in that sense, where you are basically being rewarded for doing transactions with a particular company and so on, who's a participating member of the Groupon system. So in many ways, they're following a very similar business model. However, the infrastructure may be very different.
Correct.
And that's pretty much what Flexkom is offering.
I mean, Groupon are the fastest growing company in history. Yeah, they've got a very aggressive platform that they go to, but they actually make the shops do what they want them to do. Flexkom does not do that. I'm not here to knock any companies.
Yeah, sure.
Believe me, it's not that. But you're quite right. There are similarities to the model, but there are vast differences as well. Yeah, and the main one is that, for example, like I said about the restaurant giving a half-price offer, every one of their loyalty customers gets an email or an SMS message about that offer. Now, let's say, for example, the baker takes a Flexkom system. He starts giving the cards and the apps out to his customers, yeah? And let's now say that it's 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. He's got 40 pies left. What can he do? Well, they're going to be out of date by Monday. With the Flexkom system, it's new technology, what that baker can do is he can get his mobile phone, his smartphone, he can video the pies. He can upload them into his Flexkom back office. He can push one button. Yeah, come to the shop before 1 o'clock today and have 2 pies for the price of 1. One button. Every one of his customers gets the message. Yeah, so they can see the pies. They can virtually smell the pies. Yeah, so it's a new streaming technology that enables the shops to put pictures that speak louder than words.
Yes.
So the shops can actually take pictures of the menu or do the video. Again, this is all included in the package, so they can personally talk to their customers, yeah, through video medium. That is really part of m-commerce. It's the future. Why have all smartphones got 2 cameras on them? Is it because the manufacturers like putting 2 cameras in? No. It's because it's for video purposes.
Yeah. And I suppose in that regard, it does enhance the marketing message in that respect.
Yeah. So then you see, any of the restaurant's customers that say they like the baker's product, they also get the message because they asked for the message. That's the important bit. It's all opt-in. So the restaurant's customers go to the bakery, get the special offer pies, and the restaurant makes money from his customers shopping there.
Now, based on where Flexkom has launched this system across Europe, what was the rate of uptake of the particular system by retailers?
Yep. Well, again, that's where we're actually at. Yeah, we're just at the launch stage. So I was in Grunsberg in Germany when we launched phase 2 in Germany on the 4th of August at the Harrogate International Conference Centre in Yorkshire. Sunny Yorkshire, in the UK. We also go into phase 2. So you're literally only less than a month into phase 2 behind the UK and the rest of Europe. So you're actually on par with that as the only country away from Europe.
Right.
So Trinidad's got a very special role to play in this, I certainly feel, because we'd love to help the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. Like you were saying with the visitors to Tobago, well, let's let their shops get global income.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe there's about 40,000 people in Tobago. Is that something?
Yeah, ballpark.
Yeah, So if we can help their local economy to expand, would that be good or would that be bad?
Of course it would be great. I mean, the people of Tobago would enjoy having higher levels of income and
I had a conversation with a gentleman from Tobago yesterday at the meeting at Signature Hall, and he was so impressed at what Flexkom offer the local businesses.
Now, the thing is that this particular system, in many ways, can really enhance the revenue and the sales of the participating stores.
Yes.
Now, so far, I get the impression that we're dealing predominantly with retailers. What about those small and medium-sized enterprises that offer services? So, can the neighborhood car wash outlet take advantage of something like this?
Anyone that's got customers can take advantage of this.
All right, fine. Now, what about the larger companies, the more established retailers, the more established service providers? Can they, in fact, utilize that to their advantage?
The answer to that is not at the moment, no.
No,
because we want to help the smaller, the SMEs. The bigger companies tend to have their own systems and so on, yes, and that's fantastic. But it's the high streets that are dying, certainly in the UK. The shops close down, a charity shop moves in, it doesn't pay rates. So the economy, all the other shops are having to pay more because of this happening. So it's a downward spiral. So Flexkom are here to do our very utmost, our very best to help those types of businesses. Now in the UK, it's funny, in the past 12 months, we haven't just lost a lot of small shops, we've lost big shops. We've lost HMV, we've lost Comet, we've lost Blockbuster, we've lost Jessop's, and I cried when Woolworths went down. I grew up with Woolworths, yeah? Remember the time I couldn't even see over the counter? Such a huge giant, yeah, went to the wall. Now, you don't have to be a market analyst to work out why that was. It was very simple. They did not adopt an internet strategy.
Yes.
They carried on trading as they had done without paying enough attention to the e-commerce market and paid the price for doing so. So if big companies can get it so wrong, what hope do the smaller companies have? Yeah? So this is a system that the shop doesn't have to worry about the technology. They don't have to worry about anything. They just press a couple of buttons and the technology works for them.
Now, the interesting thing too about the particular system is that it's easy to use.
Yes.
So there isn't a lot of training to be done for any particular owner to utilize this particular system.
That's correct. The partner that goes to the shop, of course, is the link. It's a plug-and-play system. Yeah, very, very simple, and that's going to be a big advantage. The systems are already heavily subsidized by Flexkom also.
Now, if a card is stolen, how do I then protect myself from someone taking my card and using it without my permission?
Remember when the restaurant registered you? Yeah, name, email, telephone number, mobile number.
Right.
You got the email.
Right.
Click here. You set up a password and a PIN number. Without that password and PIN number, somebody can have your card all day long. There's nothing they can do.
Right, they would have to have that PIN number.
Correct. Just a bit like the credit cards and so on. Yes, that's right.
So it really is a secure system that people can rely on to provide them with significant benefits as they go about their shopping experiences around the world.
Yes, absolutely correct. It's a global system. I mean, we could have just done an online system, which a lot of companies have done, but that puts the smaller traders at even greater risk. So, to my knowledge, in the UK, I keep my head above water and see what's going on. And Flexkom are the first company that's come along, giving a hand of assistance to the smaller businesses. Yeah. Now, just again to make you aware, do you know what that is?
Is that a barcode? What is it?
No, it's a QR code. It's a QR code. Yeah. And that QR code is the future. Now, QR codes can be generated to infinite numbers. Yeah? So each shop and each franchise partner will get their own unique QR code. It stands for QR, quick read or quick response. Yeah?
Right.
And all you do with your mobile phone is your camera. You can download a free QR reader. Yeah? When you open the app, it brings up your camera. You just hold your phone by the QR code and it takes you to a website, a special offer, some tickets. It's anything you want it to go to online. Yeah? So there is two emerging economies. One is near-field communication. That's simply beep. Yeah? Now in America this year there'll be $600 billion of trades done over mobile phones using near-field communication.
Right.
That's this year. But yet most of the world don't even know about this, because if certain manufacturers, Samsung, etc., are doing near-field communication, Apple isn't doing near-field communication. Yeah?
Right.
So if it isn't near-field that goes forward, it is QR.
Now, a lot of this mobile phone m-commerce type transaction in the developing world, a lot of countries are adopting this technology to, in fact, enhance the access that people may have to the ease of business transactions and so on. So lots of people don't have bank accounts.
No, that's right.
But they certainly can put money onto some prepaid
cards,
or a prepaid account for a telephone and use that telephone, that mobile phone, to actually purchase goods and services at shops.
That's right. So, for example, when we launch, as I said, on the 4th in the UK and 25th in Trinidad, within the Flex Call app, again, things like VoIP, Skype, Viber, WhatsApp, all those types of apps work on, you know, the hotspot situation. You have to be connected to the internet. Flexkom have put a technology together on FlexCall whereby it works through the GSM platform.
Right.
So you do not have to be
Connected
in a
to the
hotspot.
internet. Yeah.
Anywhere you've got a mobile signal, you can actually call throughout the world using that system.
Great.
Yeah? And within that app, there is also 1,700 hotels around Europe. Yes. 3, 4, 5-star hotels.
And they're all participating.
And within that app, people can book those hotels for one night, €5.
€5.
€5.
One night.
One night, and that's for 2 people.
Yeah.
The only thing not included is food.
Right.
You know, eat in, eat out, whatever you like. So that is so attractive to people. So our app is going to go viral because you're giving this ability away to people who are going to want to give it away. So if somebody gets the FlexCall system, they're going to want to give it to their friends. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, Pinterest, all the new social media, we can give the app away and customers can actually generate revenue by giving it away.
Excellent work. Well, we'll see how it all turns out.
We will.
We'll give it a couple of months and see how the Flexkom system...
I'd love to come back if that's possible.
Of course. Come back to Trinidad and Tobago. We welcome you here.
Love that.
Bring some friends.
Yes.
And you can do so in about 6 months. We'll be at the height of the carnival season.
Yes.
So I'm sure you'll enjoy that.
Absolutely.
So we've been talking to Mr. Driscoll, and he is from the United Kingdom. He is representing Flexkom International. Sir, thank you so much. M-Commerce.
Yes, M-Commerce rules, okay.
M-Commerce, mobile commerce. We have one more segment in this Monday's edition of Morning Edition, and we're going to ask you to give us a call and discuss a little bit about the politics. 627-4106, 627-8232. As soon as we're going to take this very quick break, and as soon as we come back, we're going to get into that.